to talk about that.
I sure did, bro. I sure did.
You're a dork.
That's right.
You didn't cuddle with me last night, he says.
Ron Phillips. Ron Filipio El Jefe. Filipio Gonzalez Sanchez. El Ronald Filipio.
Yeah.
What's that, dude? You always have alarms going off.
I'm getting all these notifications. Apparently, we're live.
Where?
In several places.
Well, yeah, because we're live.
Yes, we are. We got 2 minutes.
Did I miss out? Did I miss something here?
What?
You said apparently we're live. Did you not know we were live in multiple places?
Yes, I knew we were live. I'm just getting all the notifications from it.
You are stressing me out. Are you crabby?
No, I'm not crabby.
You need a hug?
Probably, but I'm not.
We will do a hug during this show.
Oh, my God. Did you find that link? Okay. We got a very special guest coming up at the bottom of the hour, but our first guest
guest was that car driving by when I was doing a little twerk.
That is not the case. Yep. Our first guest, Dr. David Bentonhauser. He has been on with us before.
Dr. D.
With his friend Carla Bogny-Kidd, but Carla is down and out. So we've got David tonight, and we're very thankful for that. So we'll get into that as soon as the show gets started here in about a minute.
I'm going to ask David if you were crabby in past lives.
I'm not sure David knew me in a past life.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yep.
Nah.
Yep.
Not sure he did.
Yep. What's going on, Miss Linda? Oh, that's right. We have Audrey.
Audrey.
For the whole show.
Audrey has a new gig going on the 14th. She starts training.
I understood some of that.
I'm proud of her.
Hey, Miss Dixie, how you doing?
Hi, Mom.
Yo, Miss Dixie. Hey, how you doing?
You're going to want to hang around for the second half of the hour. Mama-san.
Mama-san, eat some.
Mama-san. All right, here we go, guys. We got about
50. We got a lot of time.
We got about 50 seconds.
Did you shut your notifications off on your watch?
I did. I shut them. Well, I put them on vibrate.
Miss Linda Audrey. Oh, we have Leprechaun. I always just want to call him Laird because, that's what we do. Yeah, Audrey's doing some UFO stuff at Disney.
There you go. All right, hang with us. We'll be up in just a second.
It's so dumb. I would never work at Disney. It would be so stupid.
You can play your very own live-action game of Frogger with Russian tanks. Don't miss out on this incredible adventure vacation. Book yours today. Vacation with a purpose. Save the Ukraine. Visit liberalideasllc.com right now. Book today. The first 500 guests receive their very own Build Back Better Pride camo. Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocky Stucci.
I would totally work at Disney as some space creature that was furry wearing ribbons and coming up with my own plots and my own backstory. I would totally do that with big slippers and 3 toes and hairy claws. I would totally do that as long as I had a 6-foot tail. Yeah, I would work at Disney doing that.
She says that she gets to cosplay for her job.
That sounds weird.
Cosplay at Disney.
At Disney. There's kids there, Audrey.
That's like a dream come true, isn't it?
Ron, there's kids there.
So? Not all cosplayers wear bustiers and have big hoo-has.
Oh.
And show them off. Some do, but some don't. That's why people go to Comic-Con. You know that, right?
Yeah, sure. You know that shit. All right, brother. We ain't got a lot of time. Hey, let me say it really quick though. Please. Odyssey Radio, kids, get your asses over to Odyssey Radio. It's ODYSY radio.com. Look us up on iHeartRadio if you want to listen to the 24/7 broadcasting of Odyssey Radio, or you can go to your Apple Android store, download the app, and you can listen anywhere, anytime, and represent with that Odyssey logo on your phone. But OdysseyRadio.com. Check out the amazing lineup there, folks. Get busy and get going. Filipio.
We've got David Bentonhauser with us tonight, guys. We had him on a while back with his friend Carla Bogny-Kidd. Carla's a little down and out, but we've got David on tonight. David and Carla have been close friends since 1998, feeling a deeper spiritual kinship for each other. Dave and Carla had spontaneous memories of 29 past lives together while meditating. So we're going to get into that and ask David some questions. David, welcome to the show, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Ron and Rocky. Actually, since I was hearing you, I just need to let you know I do know a woman who was once one of the Chippendales, as far as a big chipmunk down at Disneyland.
Oh,
great job! Get to wear a big mouse hat, whatever.
I would do it. I would do it. I would.
Yep.
She probably wasn't supposed to tell you that, Dave. I'm just saying.
No, probably
she
not.
Was
Ron. Secret underground Chippendale society that we're not supposed to know about.
Yeah, she probably wasn't supposed to tell you she was a chip or a dale.
Oh no, I'm part of the Alpha Cattle Society for the Chippendalers.
Wrong Chippendalers, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a different Chippendale.
Yeah, son of a
whatever your history was.
Not the strippers.
You did something like that in the past. We're not going there.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Because
David probably knows. He probably knows whether you did.
That's right.
Did I? All right. So, let's jump into this because, folks,
Please.
David is not a stranger to the program. The last time they were on, I'm going to tell you, it was one of those shows after we got done, Ron and I, we just kind of like, we love having these conversations and we love talking with people that talk literally from the heart, from the soul. It's not people that watch videos and come up with something. You can tell the difference when you interview people, especially if you've been doing it for a long time. And there was something so genuine, David, when I talked with you two, when we talked with both you guys, it's very comfortable. And then you get off a single hour interview and you feel like you know people. So before we even continue, I just want to say between Ron and myself and our listeners, we are beyond grateful for everything you all represent. So thank you for all that, brother.
Oh, and thank you for having us back on again. It was a pleasure.
Yes, sir. All right.
Sometimes you start talking to people and it's real.
It is real. And like I said, you do this business long enough and you can kind of swim through the people that come on and I understand some people they're out and they have things they have to do and they have messages they have to get out and they have to do what they have to do it. Right. So I don't ever misread that. But when I have conversations about life, especially with my background and my past, man, anybody who brings anything to that dinner table, it better be worthy of eating. Because these are conversations to me that are super personal and they're super deep. And that's where I kind of wanted to go with this and how to start this conversation. I made a comment when I first showed up to Ron's house tonight. We're all standing outside in front and I said, the devil's at us every day. And the more we succeed and the more we push and the more we gain and the further we get, the more we notice the challenges that are put in front of us every day. And with your expertise in past lives, I question sometimes, and I try not to overthink it because I don't want to manifest into reality, but I question sometimes, could there be possibilities of past life karma, or in general past life karma in regards to what people go through? Because sometimes we live this life and we're like, why is it so crazy? Why is everything spinning out of control? Are we carrying something over?
Okay. I love the question because I think, Rocky, we're all carrying something over. And what we've kind of found as we went back through all of the lives, again, we kind of cataloged them and started putting notebooks up and little files, and we had little stickers on the wall until we started piecing together the 42 lives that I've had and the 34 that Carla had. We started to look at the patterns. And some of the patterns were quite interesting because we found a set of lives where we were English, then fighting the Scottish, then Scottish fighting the English, then Vikings were in there fighting the English. And we realized that we had literally been on both sides of the same war. And when you start looking at those things, you realize, gosh, you're never really right. You're always maybe wrong. There's no winner in any war. And then we started looking and we found that in one life we might be the slave owner. And in the next life, we were the slave. Because if you don't live both sides of it, you really don't understand that.
So, David, were you guys in your life progression, were you choosing the life you wanted?
No, I don't think that choosing the life we wanted. Now, as far as while we were living that life, were we choosing the life we wanted? Yes.
No. Okay. No, I was, I guess I was asking the question in such a way, but we've had people on before where they said that, they made the choice to go live this life to get the experience. But in your particular case, that's not the case, right? Is that what you're saying?
That is not the case. Our experience is that we had mistakes that we did in the past, if you want to call them mistakes, negative choices. We try not to get real negative with people, but we made choices, and then we had our own issues that we created, and we're responsible for our own actions. And so you can't even escape your actions in your past life. You're going to have to address them in the next life. And that, in the simplest way, karma, sometimes it's you might be the slave owner in the past, and in this life, you might be an alcoholic because you are now enslaved by the alcohol or the drug. It could be that you were a terrible tyrant of an employer in the past, and now in this life you have an employer that's very difficult to deal with. But if you don't live on both sides, you don't start to learn compassion. You don't understand what you need to overcome.
It's profound you say that, because it's something I've always said. I don't know why it sticks with me so much, but I always say people fear what they don't understand and hate what they can't conquer. When it comes down to people having religious debates, I don't debate religion. I don't, for one, know enough about religion to debate. And because of the fact is people spend more time debating it instead of experiencing it. That's why I just kind of don't jump in that arena. But how could I be so substantiated in my faith if I don't understand the faiths and beliefs of other people around me? There's nothing wrong with exploring that. It's not that I'm exploring things because I want to become that. It's exploring things because I'm trying to understand who are we as human beings, and why do we think the way that we think? And here's my big question is, a lot of people, we have these core issues, and it could be a past life karmic issue. And a lot of people don't know how to identify that karmic issue, or even know where to start with possibly maybe like a past life regression to maybe starting to try to identify that. What would you recommend if somebody wanted to try to heal some past karma?
So absolutely, Rocky, that we went and got trained with Dr. Brian Weiss on past life regression. Now, I don't actually do it, and Carla doesn't, except for we do past life regression with friends and family, and because it's a great tool to open up your friends. It's a great way to learn about yourself. It's a great way to explore past. And there are a lot of really great past life regression people. And I could give people recommendations if they were curious. On the other side, I don't think you need to do past life regression to even have a clue on how to approach this. And one of them is, when you get to our third book down the line, I think we start talking about our book we wrote, which is the manual. The manual actually talks a little bit about astrological signs and how they follow you, also traits that follow you throughout your lives. And there's some definite patterns that follow that if you read the manual, you can see. But an example is in my past life when I was J.J. Wright and Carla was Ruby, and we were in Chicago in the 1925s. In that life, we actually met our demise, but we also caused a lot of pain for a lot of other people because we were truly selfish. We wanted the relationship to work in the 1925s, and we were young and stupid, and we ended up in a problem. However, in this life, I was born in March and as a Pisces, and Carla is an Aquarian. And it's interesting because as we went through all of the lives and things, we find out that Aquarians, Pisces, and Aries all have a selfish concern in their past life. And they have an angel. Again, if we leave religion out of it a little, we have an angel that is directly related to selfishness that will help us. So that in this life, you will address selfishness because in the last life you didn't. Now, when this first came up in all of the stuff that we were learning, we were like, I don't feel like I'm really selfish now, but it's, did you give up your time? Did you only consider yourself? And we've talked about this before, that we have the 5 simple rules, but the 4 things that are karmic that we're trying to avoid are selfishness, unforgiveness, conceit, and jealousy. And so if you look at the astrological signs, they're broken down into those same 4. There's a set of traits that are following us. People have heard about Jung's archetypes, and there's kind of a little bit based on Jung, of the archetypes that Jung talked about that follow us, and it kind of designs us as we set out into the next life on the things we're going to have to address. Now, this becomes almost a religious conversation, because you start to talk about why are we somehow predestined, and how do we still have free will, and how do those things correlate into each and every life. And if you've had people talk about it, they talk about soul contracts that they come with, and they say they planned their entire life out. Well, I find it really interesting, because there's a whole lot of past life regressionists and other mediums and etc. who spend their whole life telling people that they can get out of their soul contract. So apparently a soul contract can't be enforced. There is no actual contract. You may say you're going into the next life and you're going to address, selfishness.
Right.
But you don't have that contract unless something predisposes you to enter in all of those issues. And so, again, one of the other things I like to tell people is if you could choose your parents in the next life, and your parents didn't choose you, who would win? The soul contract idea is a little bit on the edge. So that really means that what happens is there must be creator, Tao, source, energy, whatever that exists, that is smart enough to take 7 billion people and enter them into a matrix or computer system or mathematical equations, such that each person in each life actually has to interact with each other. And we talk about that in the manual. Now, it becomes either a science fiction story where there's some sort of matrix and there's somebody who's smart up there, or we start to talk about whether there's the Tao, which is the way, and maybe that's not volitional, or maybe there's a creator God source that is volitional, something greater than you that helps make these decisions, that coordinates the plan, that sets us on the next life. And what my spirit guide has said is each and every life is supposed to be conquering those things that we call struggles. And if you talk about there being a creator, then to overcome struggles makes you a successful human. And once you become a successful human, you actually start to be able to give more. We still need the experience on earth, because without experience is the basis of all communication. So we have experience on earth to learn to communicate with each other. At times there's a struggle that we have to overcome. And when we overcome all the struggles and we've gone through and learned all the lessons, then we return back to the creator, Tao, source, however you want to call that, whether it's volitional or not. You return back as one entity that now can communicate with each other in a way that they couldn't communicate because they had no shared experience. We come back having overcome all the struggles in life in a way that Isabella says is permanently orgasmic, because we have no more struggles, no more wants, no more needs. So our purpose in life is to return back to a place that is loving, giving, sharing, and we have to have all those experiences here before we're able to share completely there.
Brother, I grew up Catholic. I went to a Catholic school, and I noticed that lots of times, a lot of the people in my family that I have some of these conversations with, you know, a lot of what their conversation points they have with me when we have open-minded conversations, you know, they push back on a lot of things more of what they were taught than what they feel or experienced, right? But I noticed something here in regards to the book, the manual. You have something in here about you and Carla reconciling your Catholic upbringing with reincarnation. I'm really curious about that.
Okay. And that has been one of our journeys. You know, first we had this great experience and we found all these lives, and in the book Hell No, we started to reconcile, and we do have 7 stories in Hell No Reincarnation, that book too. But when we started to do the research, some of it was that I needed to know that the experience I was having made sense. And so part of the experience was that there was something spiritual going on. There was something real going on at the Department of Perceptual Studies at the University of Virginia. They're doing studies on reincarnation right now. They have about 2,500 kids who have confirmed memories that seems to place them in someone else's body before their current body. That alone is a body of evidence that means that there is something that survives life and death, that continues. And so if there's a middle life and an afterlife that's coming, what does that mean to being raised Catholic? And so we started to look at it. And the first thing we found is 33% of the world's population believes in reincarnation in some way. Yeah. Judaism, which is the beginning religion for all Christians, Catholics, Muslims, actually has a tenet of reincarnation in part of their teaching that has been there for thousands of years. At about 200 AD, the Origen of Alexandria, who was the early church leader, actually wrote a treatise which was all the early church doctrine of the Catholic Church. And he included transmigration of the soul, pre-existence of the soul, and intermediate states of the soul, and possible reincarnation of the soul as all tenets of the Catholic faith. Now, at about 400, Justinian is involved. He's a Roman emperor. He gets involved in the church. You know, it's 200 years after Origen dies, and he gets excommunicated from the church, saying he's a heretic because he believes in reincarnation, because reincarnation sort of makes the atoning death of Jesus not have the same weight. You know, if you're going to get another chance, then Jesus doesn't have to die for our sins. And that part becomes, you know, a questioning for me. We kept researching. Isabella started talking to us. We started writing everything down, and really in the manual you will find a quote from God. In the experience that I had with God, you will have a quote from a couple angels. You will have a quote from my spirit guide Isabella that are verbatim as I feel them, and that's the best thing that I can say, because it's not quite like words. And for me, it's a religious experience, and I'm going to say it's a spiritual experience, that there is a being that is greater than us, who is smarter than us, who has a plan for us. That's how I experience it. And there is an afterlife. And if we look at near-death experiences, people who have mediumship experiences, people who have experienced, even if they say it's with ghosts, demons, angels, whatever, almost every one of those experiences implies that there is something spiritual in this world or after this world. And so I think we have to delve in that the metaphysical world is something religious.
David, I agree. And thank you. Listen, we only got about a minute left, and I want to make sure we get your books covered. Yep. Can you talk about the books that you've got available right now on your website, thegiftofpastlives.com?
Yep. On the website, we have 4 books: The Gift of Past Lives with Mother Isabella, God and Elizabeth, Hell No Reincarnation, the manual, and our 4th book is a love story called Her Huba and His Rose, and it's a little different than the other books. It's about one of our past lives, but we're not the main characters.
Fantastic.
All 4 books.
It's a beautiful site. Got a lot of good information out there. Thegiftofpastlives.com.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure, guys. Just remember, there is a tomorrow. There's a possibility of reincarnation. If we don't take care of the planet, you'll have nowhere to come back to.
Oh, when you put it like that, it changes everything.
It absolutely
changes. Because I need somewhere to come back to because I got things to do. I got a long schedule. Hey, David, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David.
Again, send our love to Carla. I hope she's resting well. And I love all the puppy pictures, by the way. So we look forward to having you both on again soon, brother. And if you ever need anything in the meanwhile, please let us know, David. Thank you so much, sir.
Take care.
Thank you much. Take care.
Right. See you, David.
Dr. David Bentonhausen, everybody. He has been on with us before. Carla Bognick-Kidd is his friend. Man, they've got some fantastic stuff.
Dude. Okay, so if karma is past lives, dude, I got a lot of shit going with me to the next one. We're screwed. Come on, another radio show in the next life. Ron, take us somewhere, bro.
Hey, guys, abnormalrealities.com. That's where you can find us. We have a very special guest coming up next after the break. Stick around. You're going to want to follow this. This is going to be good. Stop it, dude. Stop it.
Ron, touch my butt.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logoed designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and we'd be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Do you have fewer than 3 bowel movements a week? Are your stools dry, hard, and or lumpy? Your stools are difficult or painful to pass? Do you have stomach aches and maybe stomach cramps? Do you feel bloated and nauseous? Do you feel that you haven't completely emptied your bowels after a movement? Well, if that's the case, then the chances are pretty good you are dehydrated. So what you need to do is go to www.insanecustomtumblers.com. We have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of images that you can purchase for your personalized tumbler today. If you're looking for a custom design, we can help you with that. Insane Custom Tumblers is the one-stop shop for you. Once again, go to insanecustomtumblers.com. Again, that is insanecustomtumblers.com. Use code INSANE20 for a 20% discount today. InsaneCustomTumblers.com. Hoop well, my friends. Hoop well.
Welcome back to Abnormal Realities, folks.
Oh, shit!
Look, see, I told you he was touchy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show my son, Sean Phillips.
Oh, I am
How's it going? Hold that up there. Yep. There you go.
Oh, there's one. There's one time.
Yeah, we got you.
Test one.
Dude, that was like aggressive, Ron, all up in his face.
How's it going, son?
Then Ron gives you the smaller chair. So, you know, looks like you're sitting in the 4th row and shit over there.
Hey, man.
There it is. Boom.
There we go.
Yeah.
Be a long half an hour, something like that, brother.
He's the skinnier of the three, I guess.
Really? You got to bring a weight into this conversation?
He's skinnier than you, And that's saying something because you're skinny. I'm the fat one on the end who has to squitch his way into the screen.
Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all freaking ages watching and listening to this program, we have brother Sean Phillips in the house with us tonight. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Man, tell us a story. You've been watching the show. You've been hanging with us for a little bit, since pretty much the get-go, you've been kind of hanging. You have an extreme interest in this stuff.
I do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Tell me how it started. Your dad, did he give you dirty looks when you were a kid? Thought he was a demon and shit, and then it became real?
Oh, I was a demon, I'm sure.
Oh, dude. Mike, shit, dude, you should see.
I think it's just experience, just life experience and going through things, I think. And I don't know. It's all interesting. I like it a lot.
What did you believe growing up?
Honestly, I was real big with the
number 2.
I'm sorry.
Number 2. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be
make sure people can hear him.
All right, so keep it touching your chin.
Yes, keep it touching your chin. There you go. All right. Put that down.
I almost feel like we got to play music or something.
People are going to think you're doing something else. Put that.
Where's the bell? Where's the bell?
Get
the bell, Ron. Get the damn bell.
That's promo material right there. I'm just saying.
Show material, and I'm going to put it in slow motion with music. Barry White.
Little Barry White music.
Oh,
he's like. Oh, welcome to the show, son. Yeah. Okay, so what did you believe growing up about ghosts and goblins and stuff? Did you have freaking weird stuff happening in your room growing up?
I never did.
You just yelled at him for fidgeting?
I didn't yell at him, but I'm helping a brother out.
It was more of, I guess, nothing really happened.
Did you believe in ghosts as a kid?
Sure, I believed in
just like any kind of kid,
Absolutely.
But Sean's always been a religious guy too. I mean, he's always had faith. He always believed in religion and God and things like that. But you didn't really get into doing ghost hunting stuff or research until the last few years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, last few years. Yeah, I guess the
when he
UFO
heard about
stuff.
that guy named Rocky Stucci.
That freaking guy, I can't stand that punk. If you guys know him, you tell him I need to find out where he is because I want to slap the shit out of that punk.
Yeah,
I think it's really the UFO stuff lately that's been coming out more and more. It's exciting just to think that there's more out there.
All right, so if you got abducted,
disclosure,
and let's say
it's awesome.
Let's say some great comes up to you, strapped down, probably duct tape, because UFOs have some special kind of duct tape. But some alien came up, threw your legs up, and gave you one. Would you resist, or would you just say it is what it is and there's no turning back?
I don't know because in that moment, I think I would be so just awestruck that there's an alien around me
and in me.
Yeah, and in me, I don't know how I would react.
I guess the best advice I can give to somebody, even though I'm not a professional, Ron gave me this advice just in case. I don't know how he knows it, but he says, just go with it like you're enjoying it, and he says that way it won't be as painful. Yeah, it won't be as painful.
Just relax, just go with it.
That's what he said. So
yeah, that's
what I'm going to do.
That's how it works.
I'm going to be like, deeper, E.T., deeper.
Oh my God. Okay, but did you take some courses in remote viewing?
Oh yes, I started some remote.
Yeah, so Rocky's done this before too.
Yeah, I want to do a lot more because I'm very open to a lot of the I don't know if it's supernatural or what it is, but
the people are out there in case you're just looking down here.
What were you looking at?
I'm looking into space as I'm thinking, I guess.
He's concentrating.
I don't know. I'm not used to being on a camera where I need to stare at the camera. And,
yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, if you're looking at them, you're looking into that camera.
Yeah.
You got to have that camera look, too. When people are talking, you got to have a certain look.
I'll cut you off. Remote viewing. Go ahead.
Yeah, the remote viewing, but I'm very receptive to things that are. I guess I'm finding out it's more of the supernatural things. I see things all the time out of the corner of my eyes, especially in dark rooms.
Have you ever been on a ghost hunt?
No,
he's never been.
No, I want to so bad, but I pick up on very, very, very light things that most people don't.
Have you picked anything up in here? In this house?
On you when I first met you.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, tell me more.
Yeah, that was downstairs about an hour ago.
Yeah, I got to know who came with me. Tell me more. Okay, so
I don't know.
Hey, Ron.
You're carrying something, but I don't know what it is.
I got it.
God.
I'm cutting that clip too. Time for it. Thank you.
I got this. Go ahead.
Go ahead, nervousness out.
So you feeling like something's attached to me, or just something's hanging with me?
Something's with you. Yeah.
Good energy, bad energy?
I don't know yet.
Well, I'm not going to have all good
It doesn't
with me.
feel bad. It doesn't feel bad,
but it can do bad. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like my toy. It's my pet.
Yeah.
That just kind of hangs around?
And it touches me when I command it to.
In a funny way?
It could be a spirit. It could, it could be a spirit or something. I wouldn't say it's evil or bad, or just I just feel, I don't know. It's hard. I haven't developed any of like what I'm feeling. It's a feeling. And
No, brother, I get yelled at all the time for it. I do. I get yelled at all the time for it. Every time I go to a location, I bring something home with me.
Yeah.
And that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
And we always have to try to clear. Rocky does a good job of clearing.
Dude, I actually see. Lisa gives me shit.
We cleared the vehicle. You cleared me and you.
I sing, right?
We didn't say.
I got to take my shirt off, and then I got this paint. It's actually blood.
That is not true. He doesn't do any of that.
Yeah, it's actually no. It's possum blood. It really is. And then I put it over my nipples.
But we did have holy water.
No, we had oil because it stays longer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wanted to feel that oil when I got home. I want to make sure that shit came home with me, the oil.
I don't know how I would react if something like visible or like, without a doubt, like, is happening around. I just don't know how my body would react.
Even if you're prepared for it, you won't be prepared for it.
Yeah, you won't be prepared.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to these locations and you try to psychologically develop yourself. You can talk all the shit you want. Obviously, I've proven that don't work.
Yeah.
But you're right. And the way you explained it was perfect, because a significant experience to where there's no doubt. Mm-hmm. That's the paranormal experience that we're all looking for, not the EVPs, even though they're very cool. Not the blinky light thingies, not talking to a flashlight.
Right.
I want to see the shadow. I want to see the apparition. I want to see the door slam. I want to feel something.
Yep.
I know. I don't want to feel something touch me. I don't.
That's the thing that would get me.
It's when you feel the strength of it, like when the Big Bang. And the part of the Big Bang, everybody's like, well, it was just a really loud noise. It was a really loud noise that went through my body, so I physically felt the power. Yeah, and that's what the big deal was.
Okay, so here's the thing. What are they called? AVPs?
EVP. AVPs are audio voice phenomenon. Yep.
Okay. And the last time we were in the Hill House, that's what she said they had been getting a lot of. I didn't specifically hear anything.
Dude, I'm going to slap the shit out of Audrey.
But you were in the what's the name of that room?
The psychomantium
room by yourself, afraid that somebody was going to touch you by reaching through the slats in the wall.
No. I was afraid I was going to see an eyeball. I don't want to see an eyeball looking at me. I don't, man. I just don't. I don't want to see an eyeball. That's my biggest fear, Ron, when we were upstairs in the Hill House, in that little corner where you can see through the wood. I was afraid of looking at son of a bitch because I was afraid because you hear all these stories and you've seen pictures of faces looking at you. And I don't want to see some demon little shit looking at me in the eyeball, because then I feel like it penetrated my soul.
Penetrated your soul. That's the thing. That and touching you. See, that's my thing is if I'm in a house like that and something touches me that I don't know what it is or who it is, I don't know if I'm still in that house in the next minute or not.
Sean, let me ask you a question. If you woke up 2:30 in the morning, nobody else was around, you knew nobody was home.
Here it comes.
And
good luck, son.
You felt something massaging and touching things that would need permission. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
I think it really depends on my mood at that time.
Good answer, dude.
That is a hell of an answer.
That is a hell of an answer. I would have said yes.
Like, I took it like a real answer. Like, I was like, okay, all right.
It really does.
Yeah.
Rocky tried to be funny, and Sean's like,
I couldn't even roll off of that with something funny. I had no direction on that shit, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
I guess it does depend on the mood. No, not for me. Ron, does it depend on the mood for you? You could be crabby and have a headache, and you can have bad migraine in your left eyeball, And you could probably have a couple hemorrhoids popping out, right? But you're still not going to say no.
Yeah.
No,
What is that called? A succubus?
That's for, yeah. But see, that's more of a demonic thing, though. I'm not referring to a demonic type of thing. I'm just saying a ghost coming and touch, violating you. That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that the same as the wind blowing?
Well, the wind will be blowing.
See, that's what, okay. So when the wind blows, yes. See,
When
that
the
kind of stuff
wind
happens.
blows
when the wind
what?
blows. Boner.
What's wrong with you? Dude, you just said boner on the show. I was being appropriate. I said private extremities where you need permission to touch. That was like the most professional I've ever been in my life, Ron.
Was I not being professional? What are you doing with
said,
the microphone?
What was the word you said?
Boner.
You said boner.
Your microphone about to fall. Okay. He keeps hitting it.
Dude, why? What are you doing to this thing?
There. You're good.
Oh, it was going to.
Yes. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what would be frightening?
Good vocal tone on that. Nice vocal tone on that. That was, dude, I'm feeling
keep
that.
Going.
Welcome.
Right. You know what would be kind of, I guess, exciting at the same time? I don't know how to react, but when they talked, like if I really met an alien in real life.
Okay, what would you say?
They have a protocol. What was it for? EBA 1 is what they named it.
This kid knows a lot of shit. That
They literally have a protocol for how you're supposed to, I guess, communicate with EBA 1 with this alien being.
Okay.
And they say no matter how ready you are and it's gonna happen and it's gonna be in front of you no matter what, but like because they're on a completely different like wave level or something like your body has to literally adjust to them. And just the way that they go into detail about that protocol gives me the chills because it's like there's too much realness to that.
I actually know what I'm going to say when I meet one, and I'm hoping I meet the most aggressive kind because I'm going to whip someone's ass. That's all I'm going to say. That's how I'm starting that conversation. 2 things I'm going to say, and that's it. That's it. I'm going to walk up to this alien. He's probably going to be about 7 feet, and I'm going to look at him, and it's going to be like, "We good?
We good?
We good? Are we cool?" He says, "Yeah, we're good." What are you pulling up?
Oh, nothing. I looked up EBA 1.
Okay, so what is EBA 1?
Alien of extraordinary ability.
That's what they named one of the aliens that survived, I guess, one of the crashes that they kept, and he survived for several years, I believe.
From Roswell?
It was either from Roswell or around that time frame.
Can I be honest about something? Can I just throw it out on the table?
Throw it out there.
I am seriously so sick and freaking tired of hearing about Roswell.
Roswell, yeah.
I mean,
there's so many other.
Oh my God, there's like 4,327 freaking books on Roswell, and everybody has a different theory, and it's just like
it's all a different theory. That's
dumb.
Yeah,
it's like okay,
there's a certain set of facts.
That was like 500
but
years ago.
But you got to think about the person who knows the facts is probably the person who created all the other theories.
Yeah. Oh, and Betty and Barney Hill, like
that you wouldn't know the facts, right?
That's wild when you hear their
you hide the facts in plain sight.
What were they doing?
The regression
therapy.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't there tapes?
Scary,
Isn't there tapes?
Yes,
with that?
there's actual recordings of audio recordings, and when you hear their voices and them like being in this, it's so real. Like they're not. This isn't being made up. Like this is being described as someone's fear that they lived. They went through this.
So
was it their regression into having been abducted?
Yes.
Whoa.
Betty and Barney Hill.
Betty and Barney.
I think they were like, besides Roswell, they were kind of like the first big alien interaction case. I may be wrong on that. Audrey knows because she's part alien.
Yeah.
Ron's part reptilian.
Blue alien.
Blue alien. What was I going to say?
Roswell. Audrey says Roswell just celebrated its 75th anniversary.
Oh, did they? What?
75th.
And we weren't invited to the birthday party?
Wow.
That's bullshit, Audrey.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say in it. I think it was kind of funny, and I forgot now.
Okay. What other things are you interested in, son? Space. Like his dad.
Like the new James Webb.
Here's what I was going to ask you really quick, and then we'll get to James Webb. We got an EVP years ago, and the EVP said, it's not what you think. You can take that any direction you want to go because it's just going to be speculation off play of words, right?
Yep.
It's not what you think. Whatever it meant. I got EVPs that said his word is the way, and you can play off of that too, right? On whatever direction you want to take it. Do you think that there might be similar case scenario that we talk about the UFOs and we have a bunch of books on them and we theorize about things and we know some things are very real? Is it what we think, or is there a possibility that it's nothing even remotely near what we think?
I bet it's
some of both.
Some of both, yeah, actually.
I wonder who the first person is that's going to ass slam an alien.
Why do you think these things?
Know. Your mind just goes left.
Yeah, it kind of does.
But no, I mean, wouldn't that be something we need to talk about? I mean, that's important shit. I mean, we talk about the first person going to Mars. I bet you we know.
We
who
don't
the
even
first
talk
person
about
was.
the first person having sex in space. We haven't talked about that, and they've been going to space for.
And
60
you
years.
know, dude, there was. You know how we raced to get to space? Well, there was a race to get some ass in space too, right after the race for space.
I'm pretty sure it's happened.
Oh, immediately, dude. You know, you want to go get some on an airplane just so you can say, yeah, dude, I was 50,000 feet up and got some.
Yeah.
Could you imagine saying, dude, I was in Mars, bro, and I got some ass in Mars.
The Mile High Club hasn't got nothing on me.
Dude, I got 337 miles, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine the zero gravity trying to have sex. That would be interesting.
Huh. Sorry for the pause, folks.
Can you play music for me?
We're imagining zero gravity sex, apparently.
It could work very much. I mean, I'm seeing strategic things already in my brain.
Yeah.
What? We never talked about space sex before.
No, we've never talked about space sex. That's what I'm saying.
We've talked about turning your belly button into disco balls.
We have?
E.T. phone home.
I don't remember that.
I do, because I clipped it, bro.
All right, James Webb, son.
James Webb, yes.
You're into space like I am. Very intriguing. I know you read a lot of stuff. You like the James Webb Space Telescope. That's kind of interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
What intrigued you the most about it?
Honestly, how it was built. The mirrors, how the mirrors were built was really neat.
I remember you sent me that link. And then,
yes, those mirrors, they had to be the way that they had to be made was they had to basically, when you take metal and you freeze it and drop it below certain temperatures, it bends and warps and stuff. And so what they had to do was they took it from room temperature and then dropped it down to a cryo state, and then they had to buff it out and everything. And then when they brought it back up to room temperature, it had like dents and warps and stuff like that on it. So they had to basically buff this thing out at an imperfect state so that when it dropped temperature, it dropped to a perfect state. Because once it's in its place,
because here on Earth, normally, if you build a mirror perfectly here, it's not going to work in super cold atmosphere, right?
Right.
So they had to make it super cold.
Why doesn't a regular mirror work in cold atmosphere?
Because it warps.
Because it warps.
And
so if you're trying to look through a lens or a mirror and it's being warped, then it's going to be out of line. So they had to actually.
And you've got what is it? 18? It's 18 mirrors.
So, yeah.
18 mirrors all converging into one tiny spot.
Mm-hmm.
And and Rocky, I don't know. Did you ever see the James Webb images that came out a couple of weeks ago? You did?
Good Lord, I think.
What were they of?
Like multiple universes, a whole shit ton. But
wasn't the multiple universes? It was multiple galaxies. You're right.
Oh yeah, galaxies. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, everybody understood what I said before you called it out.
Okay.
No, and I just posted another one.
Did you?
You know I don't follow it, Filippio. Okay.
Wait a minute.
But I still like the pictures, bro.
You probably posted a picture of Uranus.
No, dude, it looked like life. It's Uranus.
Uranus. Uranus.
You know, smart people, when they're trying to talk about space, they can't call that planet Uranus because everybody in the damn audience will laugh every time he talks about Uranus.
Because it's the joke. Sorry. Okay.
It's
Uranus.
more of like a black hole.
It is. Uranus? Okay. So you posted pics?
Yeah, and it looked like life. It looked like a guy. It looked like a soldier. It was the weirdest thing. And I believe this. I believe our universe is all life. I believe that. What we seem to think is empty space because we're just little tiny. We're nothing. Yeah. We're so small. We're nothing. It's so we look at this space like it's this vast. The space is as big as your perception of it is, right? Mm-hmm. So and the size of what you are. But I believe even though what we say is dead space, I believe there are multiple verses right frickin' there. I believe they're right here in front of us. I believe we are right next to other existences, literally just somewhere right here.
Dimensions.
So I believe when you look at these pictures, they look like neurological systems. They look like eyes. They look like parts of the human body.
That's
it's all
my
connected,
deal.
You know?
I mean, and our solar system is like an atom.
If you ask me what God is, I would say that's God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, who knows? I mean, you look at the James Webb, of all of the galaxies that you can see in that one sliver of an image, and
it's the size of a grain of sand.
It's a galaxy, like our Milky Way, right?
Yeah.
With many planets on each and many stars in each. And you got to think, we can't be the only ones.
No.
So would you be uncomfortable if an alien came off a spaceship and had a huge ass ball sack? Because they're not wearing clothes. Would you feel uncomfortable? Would you feel uncomfortable? Would you ask it to wash his hands before he shook your hand?
I don't even know how to try to be serious when you're asking questions like that.
Everybody visual a big ass green alien coming out of a spaceship with a big old schwank and ball sack. Everybody freaking pictured it. Did I?
You're going to be mad at yourself later.
Ron, I saw you visualize it. I saw your eyes lock in on the focus.
I did. I was trying to visualize it, Rocky. I'm sorry. I cannot help myself. When you paint the picture, everybody's got to get it.
Yep.
You know, Sean, I've known you for a long time, brother. I've known you for at least a year and a half, 2 years, maybe off and on a little bit before that. And this is the first time that I actually got to meet him, shake his hand. I tell you, man, life can be a bitch, and it's an honor to sit next to you, brother. It's an honor that you're here and you're good and everything. Life is good. And
well, you get at your age to look back at, honestly, the life you've lived, just let's say in the last 15, 20 years, is 20 lives for other people.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you've made it this far. I hope you keep going well with the things that you're doing.
Thank you.
And I love you. So you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Dad.
give him a hug.
I love you, son. I do. And you're welcome on the show anytime. You can come visit with us because I know this stuff interests you. It's
cool because he's excited
and now
about
you
it.
have fans.
Big time.
You know,
excited.
he's on
Love
Facebook, I think. You can find him, but he has fans now, so that's good. You guys reach out to my son. It is Sean Phillips on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Sean Kent.
What's your
like 3 or
Insta
4 of them,
handle?
I don't have any.
Do you have anything else besides Facebook?
No.
All right, so which
Took
one
a break
is
from all the social for a while. So.
Good for you. Which one is it on Facebook?
It's Sean Phillips, but there's like several of them. So,
go to Ron Phillips's timeline and look at the people that like his shit and look for Sean Phillips because that's going to be the one you're looking for.
Yeah, that's the one you can find. Yeah.
That's how you do it. So, you know.
I try to keep track of them all, but sometimes I can't. So,
all right.
I may be friends with 2 or 3 of Sean Phillips. So,
dude, don't worry about it. You are friends with 4 Rockies, dude. Don't trip.
No, I'm a friend with a Rocky and a Rocco.
And a Rocky CKY.
And a Rocky CKY.
I don't like that one. He's a punk ass.
He's a punk
hey, that
ass.
was really cool though. What you had sent me earlier, the line in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That they're building. That is really neat.
Yeah,
I kind of want to live in that.
I sent it to Rocky earlier this morning. He's like, "What? And then I said, "Read this article," and you came back with, "Whoa,
very, very neat."
Now that's something that could get my attention.
Yeah.
Really?
You know?
You think? You mean
in a way because it's controlled and it's not
controlled.
It's not forcing it on an entire planet.
Yeah.
These are controlled areas. You know what I'm saying? And you either choose to be part of it or you don't.
Right.
And that's
exactly.
You know?
Yep.
Folks, hey man, Sean Phillips right here on the program with us tonight this Thursday. Do not forget every Thursday night you can catch Abnormal Realities, but visit the website abnormalrealities.com. And of course, Romika Designs, 100% custom made. You want it custom, we'll do it. Screw it.
We'll do it.
We will laser your freaking face. I don't even care if you want to pay for it. RomikaDesigns.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We got some major things brewing in the works. No bullshit. Man, buckle up those seatbelts, man, because we're going to have some fun, man.
Hey, we're live every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. You've got the Rocky Stucci Show on Tuesdays, and then Rocky and Lisa on Wednesdays. Got to get out there and watch them. They were hilarious last night.
I got my ass
and Rocky
kicked.
lost.
I did.
Shout out to Kelly. Shout
Kelly!
out to Grandma.
Grandma, love you. Yo, Miss Dixie, how you doing?
Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Peace.
Bye, guys.